This is me, Ruowen Huang. Today's kind of late start, but anyway, my name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. This week, we're gonna talk mostly about a lesson in reincarnation. So, as I say again, I cannot talk about every topic of it. I can only talk about the big one that actually caused a lot of dark side in us. And today we're gonna talk about jealousy. Jealousy is actually a big task, which most of us have already gone through or still struggle with. Earlier this week, we talked about power struggle. Many of us being in the position that we have the power to control other people's life or, influence, make a difference, influence other people's life, right? That is a time that we really got to confront within ourselves and understand what's really important, such as humanity or such as, respect of one another, right? So after that, very likely you will be put in the position of vulnerability, such as you will be in a position that you will have to seek out for help. The purpose of that is so you can reconnect with the world and also evaluate your own value, right? But unfortunately, when people are going through the test of vulnerability, they tend to bring out a lot of dark side in them, right? It's not a bad thing. It just those things are also something that we need to look into and work with, right? So this is a time you might feel like you are not good enough, or I'm incapable, or nobody love me, whatever it is, right? So you might gone through the period of time that you're being abandoned, or you're being helpless, or you're being vulnerable, whatever situation that make you feel vulnerable, right? So after that, the next test that I also realized is the jealousy. This jealousy can really bring out a very dark side. If I talk about vulnerability will bring the dark side, jealousy does too. The worst part of jealousy is it not only brings the dark side that you got to confront yourself, it also will cloud your mind, like you sometimes don't understand what's really important. You know what I mean? The reason those tasks get continuously planting in our life really is just to make sure and double check that you really know where you're going. You really know what's important in your life, right? So, as you must all know by now, if you live some life already, it seems like God or higher spirits or Buddha or whatever you call it, continue putting in a situation that you feel like you need to struggle, or you continue feel like you need to work it, right? The reason of that is really not to make your life miserable. It's just simply to double check you really know what is important. You know what I mean? What they do is they want to make sure you really learn your lesson. So it's almost like you're going to Kuman or something, and then they repeat the same task until you finally get it. When you finally get it, then what you can do is simply move on to the next stage, right? So jealousy tend to be one of those lessons you can't continue have to do it over and over until you really master it. So if you really master it, understand what's really important in the universe, and then you really have that connection with one another, and also respect other people, have their way of being, have their journey, have their things like that, right? You will start to realize jealousy actually doesn't quite work with you. The reason jealousy doesn't work is because the person who know their own value, understand, the person who know your own value have no need to be jealous of others, because they know they are in the journey that only custom fit for them. They understand they have their own purpose to fulfill. So they will not always put themselves on a scale, compare one another. You know what I mean? Compare like, how come that one is better than me? How come he got more than me? How come he got that? You know what I mean? So because if you go through this whole reincarnation, you really pick up something, then you will understand everybody's in different journey, right? Whatever outcome they are, whatever they look, whatever they have, is their journey that may or may not apply to you. You know what I mean? So if you understand that whole big rule under the universe, then you will simply understand comparing simply does not make sense. It's just like you will not compare yourself to a dog. You will not compare yourself to a cat. Why? Because it's you know it's totally different journey, and you know you are very different thing. But it's weird things. Even though I talk about this and then everybody know logically, right? We cannot help comparing to other people. You know what I mean? When it comes to human, why does that one have way more money than I do? Why are we doing the same thing? Why they have, better wife or a better house or better car? You know what I mean? Jealousy is a test, like it's a lesson that actually put you to evaluate your own value, to really seek what your value is, and stop comparing yourself to one another. You know what I mean? It's a very important lesson, because I think this lesson actually put yourself in a solid foundation, right? Because only when you really seek out who you are, what your value is, you will realize there's no need to compare one another. They do whatever they do. They deserve whatever they deserve, or they plan whatever their life is. And then whatever their plan is got nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Because it's different journey, different soul, and different evolution. You know what I mean? So, but unfortunately, a lot of times, as I say, it's same as the vulnerability. It brings a lot of dark side. It brings a lot of dark side. We think we know better, eh? We think we know better after so many lives. We know better by now. But I notice when jealousy is in the head, there are a lot of hatred, or there are a lot of emotion that get stirred around, and then it will, come out, right? When it come out, the people tend to do things that out of their ordinary, or they tend to do things that make them make the wrong judgment. Does that make sense? If I'm jealous of someone that seems to have better life than mine, I have a need to jeopardize it, or I have a need to belittle them, or I have a need to put down their value. You know what I mean? So jealousy is a part that's hard to do, because you actually make your dark side to the action. You know what I mean? So sometimes you will hear it from people's wording or mouths or something, right? That when they say something, they unconsciously put down other people, right? Very simple. Jealous. That's the way we can, raise our level or make ourselves look better or something, right? So in this point, not so many people thinking I should better myself. Very good for them. But, I should figure out a way to better myself. If that's something I want, I should figure out how I can make myself to raise my bar and be a better soul, and also get that. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is there's different level here. There's a lot of time you will feel like some people is better than you. That is something that you want. Understand, that is simply your clue to let you know you too can reach that too. But it takes you to work it. You know what I mean? It takes you to work it. So if you have sensation like that's nice, that's nice. That's something I want. Great. That means what? You have a goal now you can work on, right? Instead of, going down and feel like, well, who they are to deserve that, why are they doing that, and bring out all that dark side like in you. I think there's a better way of handling it. That's a better way to know, what? I know what my value is. If I know my value is, I know I'm working on my journey, right? There's really no need to compare me to another, because if I like it, guess what? I will get there. I will get there. That's only a matter of time. So if I really gone through so many life and I know better by now, why wasting my time belittle someone? Why wasting my time jeopardize someone? Why even waste my time to go out of my way to hurt someone? Because I will have the knowledge knowing that simply does not apply into the big umbrella of the universe. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm not saying, everybody said, but I'm just saying I do notice that this is a big test through a lot of people. When you have jealousy in you, understand it's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. But that's just simply you are going through a journey that you had to figure out your own value. You know what I mean? Only when you understand your value and know your value, that's where you can then design the future that you want and get whatever you want. So instead of waste all your energy, waste your energy, try to do revenge, try to make the other person look bad, try to make them, belittle them and do whatever. Really, what am I saying is save your energy. Really, save your energy, because you are doing that only to show you are very insecure of yourself, right? So that really the best way is come inside and understand, you know what? I do feel a bit jealous they are better. But instead of bring down their level so I can look back, why don't you use that energy and think about how can I raise my bar? How can I make myself a better person? How can I get there if that is truly something I want? You know what I mean? Because I think that just simply universe give you a hint and clue and say you too can get there. You know what I mean? You too can get there. If that's something that make you feel, oh, it's so nice to have that, no need to be jealous, because you know who you are and you can get there one day. Anyway, just thought I bring up to you, just this week we roughly talk about several major tasks. I really think those are major tasks, because I realize a lot of time people get confused on what it is I need to do. Instead, they allow their emotion, they allow all those things that inside them to blur their vision and confuse them from their goal. So anyway, just thought I talk about it so you guys can use that to reflect yourself, but also understand what other people are going through. So again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook, or go to subscribe my YouTube channel, or go to my website ruowen.com. Till then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.